Ladies and gentlemen, before our specialists on cybersecurity tell us what innovations are necessary for cybersecurity and how to make them, I'd like to take you through some of the use examples of the transfer between the scientific field and academia into business so that telcos and telecommunications and IT systems can become more secure in various corporations and for private use. But let's first take a look at the landscape showcasing different threats. CERT Poland has made available research results on the different sources of danger from 2019. And as you can see, the threat levels are on the rise. The number of incidents and reported incidents is on the rise. Computer-related fraud tops the list, with defrauding financial aspects. Over 22 incidents have been reported. 6,500 of them were reports that were qualified as security-related incidents, analyzed by CERT. The second team, Deternet.pl, reported 12,500 reports on putting up illicit content on the internet, out of which 2,300 pieces of material indicated sexual exploitation of underage people. This scale and scope requires complex and coordinated level activities that stem from the cooperation of the academia and the scientific field and businesses. And it is happening. It is clearly visible that the interest in the field of cybersecurity and cyber threat is rising in the academia, in the businesses, and in the administration circles, which results in higher number of innovative solutions in cybersecurity. And we have a number of Polish examples as well. These are encouraged by the activities of the Polish authorities, including the Act on Cybersecurity and by businesses. The universities are responding to the growing need for cybersecurity experts. Various universities like the Warsaw School of Technology in Białystok or Częstochowa and many other universities open up new majors in cybersecurity. There are various measures taken up for the cooperation between the academic circles of Poland and abroad. Various grant-related or grant-based programs are initiated by the European Union and by Poland, including by the National Center for Research and Development that has ran various programs for the security of Poland for a number of years, including various programs like Cyberside Incident done with the Ministry of Digitization. NASK, the National Research Institute that I represent, has been organizing various programs for cybersecurity for a long time. So we are part of the trend looking for solutions. We have been inspired by the legal acts, by the existence of CERT on a national scale and on different teams that are in operation. Along with the National Research Institute, the Institute of Connectivity, and the Katowice Institute of New Technologies, we have initiated a new project that aims to create the new system for certification, new in this part of the world, that is in line with the common criteria. NASK is also part of the educational efforts. We support the creation of different majors in universities and the different academic entities along with 6 major Polish Academy of Science entities, the first PhD studies program on AI and cybersecurity. But what I'd like to talk to you about today is something that is happening in the background. It might not make headlines yet, namely complex activities for the creation of research and for looking for solutions. What I'd like to do now is to take you through 3 programs and 3 solutions that we are now proposing that come from our work and the work of our engineers working for NASK. We will be presenting these research results. They will be presented by the heads of our teams and the authors of these solutions. And here is the first solution, the National Cybersecurity Platform. This is a system or a tool for the creation for raising awareness on threats. It is part of the Cyber's Incident Program initiated by NCBR, and Marek Amanowicz, the head of this program, is here to present it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you a little bit about the National Platform for Cybersecurity. This platform is a territorially dispersed IT system that aims to support the deployment of various activities that stem from the National Act on Cybersecurity by different entities in the exchange of information on different threats so that digital services can be made more secure. We also we try to facilitate the identification of threat and implementing security measures. This system is made up of the following components. At the very center, we have the operations center. It is a territorially dispersed, centralized system that will be installed at NASK. It is also made up of components that will be installed in the peripheral entities. These boundary systems facilitate secure exchange of data over IT networks and ICT networks. These are highly available systems and are secure. There will be an API interface or the GUI application that will make it possible to use the system. What does this system do? It facilitates the following processes that are listed on the screen. Please note that it allows the information to be passed on vulnerabilities, on different holes, on incidents that take place, on different risk analyses taking place at different levels. This system equips various entities that join it with a lot of information. What we make available is the results of risk analysis for the shape of IT and ICT systems operating at various entities, and also do reporting on other entities that are part of the bigger system. We provide this information in real time. We provide the aggregate database on vulnerabilities in IT and OT in the future. We also want to include IoT in this system. It makes it possible to create a situational map that you can see on the screen taken from our interface. Depending on the needs of the operator, it can be configured in a dynamic manner, providing the basic information on different areas of threat and on cyber threat that has been identified or reported by the clients. We created a unique methodology for the analysis of risk including vulnerabilities, critical threats, and the intermingling of the above. As an effect, we can create a map that is shown on the screen of different services provided by various entities. The color coding is as follows. The greener the circle, the smaller the risk, and the more colored circles, the bigger the risk. It shows us how risk can be propagated. Let's assume that an attack is taking place on a particular service. We can indicate how this risk will propagate onto other services so that we can implement counteractive measures in the surrounding nodes. The system is going through testing stage. We will be performing more of these tests on location, and we will have the pre-trial implementation at CRT. The following system was authored by Mr. Sikora. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The financial sector is most vulnerable to cyber attacks, which generate very high losses on the side of the clients of financial services or on the side of the vendors. NASK has been developing the BotSense program that protects the clients of the banking system, making the attacks less difficult to handle. It identifies man-in-the-browser attacks that are quite commonplace in fintech, and it makes it less likely for financial funding to be stolen. It has been implemented in 8 banks in Poland. We have the fast reaction team on top of this system. It was assessed by the specialists, and in 2017 we received the award by the Portfel Wprost. Here's the basic functionality of this BotSense system. It finds malware on clients' computers. It identifies the users of these systems, and it finds phishing websites that steal data. This is not a client-installed system. It is completely server-side. The implementation on the banking side is very well done, and it can be performed swiftly, and the system is managed through a very user-friendly interface. The electronic banking is something on the rise. It uses mobile applications to a growing degree, so we prepared the BotSense mobile library that is integrated with the banking mobile application. This library can be broken down in its functionality into 3 groups. Number 1, the testing of the integrity of the application on the authentication of signatures and whether it is vulnerable. The testing of the vulnerability of the mobile device. It tests whether the device has any root-related vulnerabilities, and it checks the software that is installed that might create new vulnerabilities in the banking applications. The library is now being tested and will be passed on to the first clients soon. This is a proprietary NASK solution. It tries to find DDoS attacks incidents. Michał Karpowicz headed this project, and he achieved a higher ranking in the Warsaw School of Technology as of today. Thank you so much. This recognition came as a surprise to me. Thank you. Although I did put in a lot of work towards getting this higher rank, so thank you for mentioning it. $7 million DDoS attacks were performed in 2019. This is a dominating threat for the fintech industry, for digital services and digitalized centers. The DDoS attack works by blocking the computational power of a system. The DDoS attacks are performed by a lot of big groups of computers that have malware installed on them by sending out huge amounts of data packets that had been prepared. The number of such attacks and the complexity of them is on the rise. We've seen many new kinds of attacks, multidimensional ones, and the characteristics of these attacks is changing dynamically. So we need to find ways to defend by using mechanisms that can easily and swiftly identify these sources of multi-dimensional attacks in real time. FLDX constitutes a new solution in cybersecurity. It is a system that was created from scratch at the NASK Research Center. It stems from a lot of work put in by our scientists, and it uses the adaptation control theory, signal processing theory, and machine learning in its advanced form. This system aims to detect multidimensional attacks that change with the passing of time. It is using algorithms that can independently identify, separate, and keep track of any malicious activities. The algorithms that we have worked are able to identify malicious flow of packages within seconds and can efficiently neutralize them. When working, these systems gather operational intel that is put forward to other network-connected devices. This sharing of data between different entities, devices, and network carriers make it possible to quickly and sooner identify future attacks. No system for cybersecurity should put in any more vulnerabilities. So this FLX system has precise control mechanisms that make reaction time shorter and more stable. This system can neutralize multidimensional attack within seconds. It works in the client's network that it aims to protect. And it also minimizes the threat of the workflow being in any way infringed upon. FLDX is now undergoing patent procedures. It is the operator class system. It now protects the backbone network of NASK.